ADA, we start with 1 hour chart. First of all, if we refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was within this move, we mentioned about the possibility that we can put in this move in relative to this full correction for price to drop, because we mentioned we can expect the price to it give us an internal flat, and even we mentioned we can expect the price to break the previous low. If we refer to the indicators, one of the indicators give us a divergence, but as we can see here, but MACD, there was no divergence. All right. Anyway, as what we expected, the price reverse, and right now we put our line here. Okay. Anyway, I didn't give any update. That's why right now I need to discuss. I need to give more information about what we have been looking for. And if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for the one as the internal flat. And right now we want to see whether we can expect the price to retest the top or not. Okay. We have been looking for buy, and as what we expected, the price reverse. Right now, we want to see whether we can look for continuation or not. In this case, if we move to 1 hour chart, and even if based on 1 hour chart, we put this low relative to the previous one, if we refer to the indicators, we see we had a divergence. As we can see, we had a divergence. The price, it couldn't break, and even based on MACD, okay? Anyway, as what we expected, the price reverse, and right now we want to see whether we can look for continuation or not. The first things we need to know that if we want to look for continuation, we need to see the breakout of the previous stop, which is this one, which is around 1.64. We need to see the breakout of this, okay? And that's why whoever get the trade for my, either from this correction or the previous one, they should move their stop loss to break even, because if you put every this stop in relative to the previous one, we see is losing the, we see we have a divergence. And based on MACD as well, we see we have a divergence. That means it's losing the momentum. Okay, whether the price is going to drop, retest the previous low again, or we get the bigger correction, we cannot confirm with that, because this divergence based on 1 hour chart, it cannot give us a confirmation for the price to retest the previous low, which is around 1.35. The only thing is we can look for correction, either deeper correction or not, or even a flag for continuation. This is what we're looking for. The only thing is we want to see whether we can get the trade setup for buy or not, because right now we don't have any trade setup either for buy or sell. The only thing is if we get any trade setup for buy, we need to see the breakout of the previous stop, which is 1.64. Anyway, we start with higher time frame. If we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we want to see whether the price can give us one move up with the breakout of this top or not. This is what we have been looking for. And if we move to 4 hour chart, we mentioned we want to see whether we can get the continuation or not. That's why if we want to look for trade for buy, we need to see the breakout of the previous stop. But right now, we don't have any trade setup either for buy or sell. And the only thing is we see we have a divergence. That's why whoever get the trade, if they get the trade from this correction, they can book some profit. But mostly, and if anyone get the trade from this correction, either if they can move their stop loss to break even, if not, take out the trade. Okay, it doesn't mean we cannot look for continuation. The only thing is we need to look for the trade setup. Okay, anyway, we don't have any trade setup, and even if you want to put this two relative to each other as a flat, that means we get consider the first correction for the last. That means this is in a bigger picture, we consider this one as a first wave. The second wave, we can, if we are going to get the second wave, it can give us deeper correction. Okay, that's why we need to be quite careful. Whatever the trade we have within this correction or here, we have to start to manage it. Anyway, right now we don't have any trade setup, and right now I'm really looking for this. We want to see how deep it can go. If we get any trade setup for buy, still we can look for. And the only times we cannot look for trade setup for buy, if we see the continuation as a sharp and the flag or correction for price to drop. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update or trade setup, I will share. Thanks.